Hello, prospective students, parents, and guardians alike. We are glad that you have been able to take part in our virtual open night. My name is Joe McBride, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to our school as the incoming year head for first years. In this presentation, I will outline what students can expect in life as a first year at Loreto Milford, and I will also outline the comprehensive support structures in place to ease their transition into secondary school. As year head, I have overall responsibility for the students in the year group. I am the main link person and point of contact between school and home. I monitor student progress on a weekly and monthly basis. I support a team of class tutors in assisting students to fulfill their potential. I also monitor attendance and punctuality and deal with disciplinary issues as they arise. Above all else, I am there to encourage and motivate each and every student in the year group. In a nutshell, I am here to support the holistic development of your child as outlined in our mission statement, assisting them to fulfill spiritual, educational, and personal potential. So, what can you expect from a typical day at Loreto Community School? The school day starts at 8:57 a.m. and finishes at 4 p.m. 8:57, students report to a registration class where their class tutor ticks the roll call, checks in on them, and announces any important events that are taking place in the day or days ahead. This is followed by 3 40-minute class periods, which brings us up to the 15-minute break at 11:05. After the 11:05 break, students return to class at 11:20 and have 2 more periods. This leads to lunchtime at 12:40, which is the junior lunch. We have 2 lunches in the school. Senior lunch is at 13:20, just to ease traffic congestion in the corridors and in the canteen. And finally, at 13:20, the juniors return to class for 4 class periods. As I said, school ends at 4 p.m. That's Monday to Thursday, but on Friday we operate a half day and finish at 1:20 p.m. So now to the subjects. On the left, you can see the core exam subjects. We have 7 core subjects that all students must do from first to third year. Plus, we have a further 5 non-exam subjects that students do during the same 3-year cycle. In addition, students select 2 option subjects. Now, the school are very generous in that we permit students to sample 4 subjects out of a possible 8 between September and Halloween, and then at Halloween they must choose 2 subjects which they will take on and complete to junior cert level. Junior classes are divided into what we call base classes or tutor classes, which have a nice size capped at a max of 24 students. They are mixed ability and mixed gender. We operate a book rental scheme which eases the financial burden on parents, and these base classes stay together the whole way from first year to third year, and I suppose they establish a really nice bond in these classes as a result of being close together and being in class, 9 periods a day every week for the 3 years. Each of these base classes is assigned a class tutor and 2 prefects to help support them. I'll talk more about their role in just a minute. There are a lot of new challenges that students encounter in making the transition from primary school to secondary school, and it's important to be aware of these from the outset. It is a longer day, for one. There are a lot of new subjects. Students will love some subjects and they might struggle in others. They are meeting a lot of new teachers with different personalities and styles of teaching. They will be moving rooms regularly, which is a big change from primary school where they're sitting for the full day in the one room. And they'll have to get used to the layout of the school and where each classroom is. Obviously, there's new rules, a lot of procedures that maybe they were not used to in primary school that are in place in secondary school. There's a significant step up in terms of both the quantity and the standard of homework that is expected. And this can take a few weeks for students to get used to. Lockers are new to students. They would not have had a locker at primary school, and we assign each student a locker where they keep all their textbooks, all their notes, all their copies and folders, and then they can keep their materials there so they don't have to carry a lot of weight in their bags to bring home each evening. So it's important that they get used to the locker system and the organisation of them. There's also a new timetable, obviously, to deal with. Very different to primary school, where you've got every day is different, I suppose. You have different subjects, different combinations, and that takes a wee while to get used to too. Time management is another significant challenge that students have to overcome. They are juggling, I suppose, a longer day with more homework and trying to, of course, strike a good work-life balance where they're also making time for their pastimes and extracurricular activities. And finally, the new sense of independence the students gain in entering secondary school can be both a positive development as well as a challenge. It is positive in terms of giving the students that bit more freedom, but it's also a challenge that they have to deal with in terms of making sure that they're making it in time to each class. Unlike in primary school, there will not be a teacher looking over their shoulder and guiding them to each class. They will be expected to be there on time, and also independence in terms of juggling the workload as they see fit and making sure they meet their assignment deadlines in their own time. Arising from a survey that we did with students, we have discovered 6 key areas of concern that students encounter in their transition from primary school to secondary school, which are listed on the left. So in relation to the first one, which is, making friends and developing friendships and being worried, will they fit in okay? We have developed a lot of processes and strategies. We have several clubs, sports bodies and activities that take place in school, and we really encourage your child to get involved in those activities, as they really are a great place to meet friends and to make lifelong friends. The tutor is there, the prefects, myself as year head, all there as a team to support your child in ensuring a smooth transition into the school and ensuring that they're developing socially as well as academically. And the transfer day that we normally do is a great day where they get a chance to meet other students as well as the bonding day that takes place early in the year in their first year in the school, where we take them out on a nice fun day out. In terms of being worried about getting lost, we issue each student with a map on the transfer day, and there's also a map in their student journal that they'll have on them at all times in case they get lost. But these things happen, and we have tutors on standby, prefects, staff in general are very, very helpful and are there to guide them to the class that they need to find. The workload and dealing with exams is another concern that first years experience, and to help with this, our teachers all provide specific guidance in relation to their subject, tips on how to study more effectively and in a time efficient manner. Loreto is a big school with big numbers, and it can be overwhelming for students who come from rural schools with small numbers who find themselves in a packed corridor in our school in their first week. To help alleviate this concern, we introduce a phased start in first year, where all first years are let out 5 minutes earlier than the other year groups at both the break time and lunchtime. This is just to ensure that they can easily get to their lockers to change their books for the next 3 classes, that they're able to get down to the canteen and get ahead of the queue, and that they're able to find their own seat and space that they feel comfortable in. Lockers is another challenge that students encounter that they would not have been used to from primary school. So during transfer day, and also with the assistance of the tutor on the first day in school, they go to the lockers and they were shown how to use the lockers effectively, how to organise them, and it makes a lot of difference, and it really helps them in the long run. Finally, having 9 different teachers in a typical day is very different to having the one teacher for the full year that they would have been used to in primary school. But rest assured, they will develop a close working relationship with their teachers, and their tutor is their main point of contact, and they will establish a close bond with their tutor and develop relationships with other teachers from there on. In relation to parents' concerns, research reveals 3 main areas of concern. First of all, the whole idea of separation and letting go can be quite difficult for a parent, especially if it is your first child making the transition to secondary school. Parents worry Will their child settle into school? Will they make friends? Will they develop socially as well as educationally? And finally, standards. Parents worry, will the school uphold and maintain high standards of education? To alleviate these concerns, the school has established many practices and processes that directly address these concerns. We have a comprehensive support network that is well established, with your child at the centre and pinnacle of a pyramid of support. That pyramid of support includes our prefect team, the class tutor, myself as year head, the guidance teacher, pastoral care team and chaplain, and at the foundation, the deputy principals and the principal. So collectively, your child is in safe hands with a lot of support provided. We have a well-established prefect system to provide invaluable care and support to your child. The prefects are role models and leaders within the school, and 2 are directly assigned to each first-year class. In this role, they shadow the first-year class, they help with logistical issues such as lockers and finding their way around the school, and most importantly, they meet the class regularly in the mornings and during the day to touch base with them and to establish a real bond with the class and ensure that they're all settling in well and making friends. This is the current prefect team, and already they've established an excellent relationship and bond with the respective first-year classes. Another important layer of support is the class tutor. The class tutor is the main point of contact for your child if they have any issues or concerns that arise on a daily basis. They take the roll call in registration and they deal with any absence notes. So if your child is absent for any length of time due to an illness or other reasons, you would put a note in the school journal for the attention of the class tutor, and that would be given to the class tutor at the next registration. But most importantly, the class tutor plays a very important pastoral role. They are there to get to know your child and develop a bond with them. They keep me as a year head informed of any issues or concerns they might have about any child. And overall, they help to develop a really strong class bond and spirit over the 3 years that they're together from first to third year. We also provide a guidance module to all first years, and this is conducted by Mrs. Black, where she meets students in small groups of 4 and gets to know them, just has a chat to touch base with them, how they're getting on, what they're enjoying about school, what they are experiencing challenges in, and just helps them to overcome those issues or problems that might arise. We also have a chaplain who's on standby every day, Mr. John Lynch, and he's always there. He's in the corridor, he's there every lunchtime floating about the canteen. He's got his own office that the students will be shown, and if they ever just want a place to chat or someone to talk to, the chaplain is always there for them. At senior cycle, we offer 4 different programs. Transition year is an excellent opportunity for students to gain invaluable work experience in the workplace, as well as to develop important social and life skills before moving on to the Leaving Cert Established. Apart from the Leaving Cert Established, we also offer the Leaving Certificate Vocational Programme, which has a business-orientated focus and is like an add-on to the Leaving Cert. And finally, we offer the Leaving Certificate Applied, which is an alternative route for students who might struggle with the Leaving Cert Established or wish to pursue an alternative style of education that is more hands-on. The voice of the student body, the Student Council plays a pivotal role in our school. They are directly involved in the decision-making process and are consulted by management when decisions are being considered. They also have an opportunity to raise any issues of concern amongst the student body, and they organise various school events and different activities throughout the year, chief amongst them the various fundraising activities that take place over the course of the year. First years will have an opportunity to have their voice heard by having 2 reps elected to the Student Council. So what can you expect from your educational experience at Loreto Community School? We have an excellent, diligent and highly dedicated staff that constantly strive for the highest of academic standards. We uphold high expectations and consistently encourage and foster a love of learning and self-belief amongst our students. As a result of this dedication, our school has consistently outperformed others in national averages, and we continue to top 3rd level admittance tables within the region. Outside of the classroom, our school offers a wide range of extracurricular activities with something there to suit everybody's taste, I would really encourage your child to get involved in some of these activities, as they are a great way to gain friends, often friendships for life, and also to develop their self-esteem and confidence. Chief amongst our extracurricular activities are Gaelic football, soccer, rugby, basketball, athletics, tennis, and golf. We also offer a lot of non-sporting activities such as poetry, drama, the Green Schools Committee, music, Common Gaelic, and various competitions such as the art competition, talent competition, bake-offs, and of course the musical, which is a huge part of school life. We also run tours throughout the year, both within Ireland and externally abroad. Here is just a brief shot of some of the extracurricular activities that have taken place in the recent past. Some students may require additional support, and so to help them, we have a well-developed special educational needs department. They are there to support and provide tuition and additional help to students who either have been assessed by psychologists and are identified as having a learning difficulty, or have learning difficulties identified by other subject teachers. The SEN coordinators are Miss Karen McGettigan and Miss Margaret Donnelly. So in summary, why should you choose Loreto Community School? The answer to that question is quite simple. It ticks all the boxes. A track record in upholding the highest of educational standards, a modern building with excellent facilities, an excellent and dedicated staff, great programme choice with lots of subject options available, a well-developed and comprehensive care and support network, lots of extracurricular activities to choose from, a very strong tradition and reputation, and it's co-educational. And finally, to find out more about what's happening in our school, please check us out at Loreto Milford on either Facebook or Twitter. Take a look at the video clip entitled A Look into Loreto Milford on YouTube. That clip will give you a great insight into the buzz and positive ethos that permeates the school. Or simply talk to any member of staff or students in your area, and they will tell you why Loreto Milford is a great fit for you. Thank you for watching and listening to this presentation. I look forward with great anticipation to meeting many of you in person next year, and look forward to working with you to develop your child's educational and personal potential in the years ahead.